What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. Second link is to shop the official Symone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the fly or die crew neck for all of my Birds fans. And lastly, guys, turn your notification bells on because you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. So make sure those are on. But guys, let's get into this video. First of all, yes, my voice is hoarse. So I can't be my usual loud self, you know what I'm saying? Gotta tone it back a little bit to save my voice. But basically, yeah, we had a family reunion. You know, things get loud. We be playing kickball and playing other games, and you know, be getting heated. So, you know, I lost my voice. But, y'all, we gotta get into this NBA draft. This is my first NBA draft video for the season for the Sixers. Now, the Sixers have the number 23 overall pick, and I know when you don't have a top, like when you don't have a lottery pick or you don't have a top 15 or even top 10 pick in the NBA, it's kind of hard to get excited about the draft because if you're picking later in the first round, it's not like the NFL where like first round, second round, third round talent could potentially be day one starters just depending on, you know, how the dominoes fall. In the NBA, really, if you're not picking early in the first round, then usually most of those guys are going to the G League to get development. So it's not as exciting to talk about the NBA draft if you have a later pick versus the NFL draft. But guys, think about this. 2 years ago, we drafted Tyrese Maxey with the number 21 overall pick. And look how crazy, look how instantly effective. And we're talking about him being a long-term franchise piece for the Sixers. And that was us picking with the number 21 overall pick. So this year we have the 23rd overall pick. Who's to say we can't get another Tyrese Maxey? You know what I'm saying? So this is Daryl Morey's third year drafting for the Sixers. In the first year, he hit the slam dunk pick with Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. It's still crazy that Tyrese Maxey fell that far. Last season, we had the number 28 overall pick, and we got Jaden Springer. Jaden Springer hasn't had time to really make an impact, but that's just because we have so much depth at the guard position. He just hasn't had that time to make an impact. And again, like I said, most guys getting picked around that area end up in the G League for development. But like I said, this year, 23 overall, and I think the general consensus I'm getting from Sixers fans, I think we all agree that our main priority should probably be a forward position. We lacked a lot of depth at that position. Niang started the season off strong with us, but then he fizzled out and disappeared pretty much in the playoffs. We just need some more physicality and size of that position, and the main thing we need are guys that can play on both sides of the ball. So in this particular mock draft, I am talking about two power forwards that we could potentially get with the number 23 overall pick. Now, guys, first of all, I want to say, and not all of y'all are on Twitter, on social media and stuff, but I'm so sick and tired of people talking about past drafts. We could have had, oh, we could have had this, we could have had that. Or even with the Eagles, too, like, oh, we could have had DK Metcalf, we could have had Justin Jefferson. There was a lot of teams that passed up on DK Metcalf. There was a lot of teams that passed up on Justin Jefferson. So it's not like just us who pass up on good talent. Those are guys that are slept on. I don't like dwelling on the past on what we could have had. Oh, we could have had Jason Tatum. We could have had Jaylen Brown. A lot of teams could have had Jason Tatum. A lot of teams could have had Jaylen Brown. It's not like just like the Sixers that slept on or picked before those players. Come on now. And that's in the past. Bygones be bygones. If it ends with pots and pans, then the whole world will be a kitchen. If it ends with pots and pans, then the Sixers will have a championship every year. But let's get into these players. So first of all, we're going to start with EJ Liddell. He is a power forward out of Ohio State University. So EJ is 6'7" tall, 240 pounds. He is a great post defender plus a great shot blocker as well. He can defend in space, and he's also quick enough to guard on the perimeter as well. So last season, we know what he could do defensively. Like I said, we want players that can play on both sides of the ball, like I said, so on offense as well. And a lot of times for bigs, they're not going to eat as much as they ate in college because you're playing with Joel Embiid, who's a big space eater in the post. But this guy is a guy who can be a face-up scorer as well, and he can play off ball on offense as well. So last season, he shot 49% from the field. and he was attempting about 13 shots a game, and he shot 37% from 3. So he can potentially be, you know, that stretch forward. He was attempting about 3 threes per game, and like I said, shooting 37% from 3. And he's also a guy that's big enough to play center if we want to have another small ball forward play center. I know we explore that sometimes with Paul Reed, but if we end up drafting EJ and we want him to play a small ball 5, then he can potentially do that. But this guy is a guy that's projected to be there around 23, and like I said, he can get it done defensively, definitely, and we need those aggressive defenders on this team, but he's also a guy that will be impactful for us offensively. So that's one option for us, and that's kind of like a guy that's kind of safe around 23. Now, somebody that's kind of like a stretch, like we kind of got lucky if he failed to 23, is Tari Eason out of LSU. Now, this guy was one of the best players in the SEC last season, and that's saying a lot because the SEC last season in college basketball, they were really balling. There's a lot of great talent that's coming out of the SEC this year in the draft and next year in the NBA draft. So for him to be one of those top dogs in the SEC says a lot. Now, like I said, it's a little, not a lot of bit, but a little bit of a reach for him to be there at 23. But this is the kind of guy, if he's there at 23, then we have to take him. So this guy is 6'8". He's an elite defender, and then he's also someone who contributes well on offense. So he was only averaging about 24.3 minutes per game last season, and he had to come off the bench at times. But that was only because he's somebody who gets in foul trouble a lot. He gets in foul trouble early. Now, you can't say, like, are you playing good defense if you have to foul? But at the same time, you do want guys that are aggressive defenders. Somebody that's going to be pesky and continuously pesky on defense, and that's not something that we always have on the Sixers. So to have someone who's like a dog on defense, we definitely need that. And he can clean up. Like, that's something that's easier to clean up than other areas of people's games. So he can clean up that bad ticky-tack, kind of like, that wasn't a really good foul you should have took there. He can clean that up on the NBA level. But like I said, he's super active defender. He's quick enough to guard guards, but he's also big enough to guard forwards as well. And offensively, like I said, he's extremely aggressive, so he attracts a lot of fouls. He's a good passer as well, and like I said, he plays bully ball, so he attracts a lot of fouls. He's not scared to, you know, bang, bang, attack the rack, accept contact, and draw that foul. So he's someone who's not going to shy away from being aggressive on offense either. And again, that's something that we need to have on this team. So, and then just talking about the improvement of this guy, last season he shot 52% from the field, attempting about 11 points per game. And mind you, he's a sophomore. So he spent his freshman season at Cincinnati, and he spent last season at LSU. So LSU, his first year at LSU, he shot 52% from the field. But guys, get this. So as a freshman, he shot 24% from 3. But as a sophomore last year, he shot 36% from 3. So that just goes to show how he's working on his game in the offseason and how he can work on it even more coming into the NBA. Because this guy coming into the NBA already shoot. I mean, I know it's not going to be as easier. You're going up against NBA talent. It's not necessarily like he shot 36%. In college, he's going to automatically shoot 36% in the NBA, but it's just going to show how he works on his game in the offseason, that huge jump that he took. So he's somebody who's in the lab working on his game. So he was attempting about 3 threes per game, shooting that 36% from 3 last season, and then he's someone who can also play off ball as well on offense. But guys, like I said, those are just 2 options. I think EJ is kind of like the guy that will probably be there at 23. And like I said, Tari Eason is someone who is a hotter commodity. And if he's there at 23, then that's a steal in my mind, kind of like Tyrese Maxey being there at 21. So if he's there at 23, that's somebody we got to go in and grab. But this is just a little power forward edition, guys, because I think that is one of the positions we should prioritize this year in the draft. But of course, that doesn't mean we can't go after another position if it's kind of like a player that like we cannot afford to pass up on. But y'all, let me know what you think. Let me know who you think are what is the priority of position to you for the Sixers to take at number 23, and what prospects are you looking at in this draft? But guys, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Check out the links down below. Buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. Shout out to Simone with the Spizzle and some merch collection. And until I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.